Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a sales video and we've had some pretty good sales. Nothing like absolutely crazy, but we've had 15 sales and all three platforms are doing pretty well. Depop's got 3 sales. I was doing my hand then, I was struggling to do 3. Vinted's got 5 and we've got 7 sales on eBay. So we'll start with the Depop, the 3 sales. We could just crack straight into it. Sorry, there will be a lot of sales videos. Well, probably like most of winter, because obviously no boot sales, but I'll try and think up some new video ideas, like some more charity shop trips, maybe some jumble sale videos, but we'll see. I'll try and keep it interesting. Obviously I'll try and find some boot sales over the winter as well, but for now, some more sales videos. First item from Depop, we have a Yves Saint Laurent shirt, just plain white. Now I can't remember where I got this. I don't know why my memory just went really blank. But I've literally only just listed this like yesterday and it sold straight away. So I'm pretty sure I got this really cheap recently, but I can't remember where. But I listed it and it sold 15 quid. I'm pretty sure if I've listed it 15 quid, I must have only paid like £4 or £5 for it, probably even less. But yeah, 15 quid for that on Depop. That sold, like I said, straight away. Then we have, this is a really nice jumper. I just really wish it didn't have so many holes in it. Got this in a big like wholesale deal that I did. Paid £350 for a massive bundle of stuff, which worked out about £7 per item. And this was one of them. It's a really nice Disney store Tigger embroidered sweatshirt. Unfortunately, it does have a lot of little holes all around the like embroidery bit here, which is a shame. But still, even with that, I sold it for £18.66. Really random amount, but you know, on Depop, that's the offer that went out, £18.66. And yeah, roughly paid about 7 quid for it. But yeah, Disney store stuff with big embroidered stuff on it does pretty well. But yeah, shame about that. That would have been more like 30 quid if it didn't have too many holes in it. Now the last Depop item is a pair of Ralph Lauren chinos. There's really cool like embroidered fox pattern all over it. I picked up this pair quite recently for £10. And they sold for £30. So a nice triple on that one. I've got another pair of these, but in a slightly different size. I think I've got them listed for a bit more. Might need to reduce them. I've had the other pair for quite a while. This pair I've only had quite recently and they sold pretty quick. So maybe I've got to reduce the other ones. Though I think for the other ones I did pay up a lot for them. I think I paid like 20 quid for them. So that probably wasn't a good buy. But I probably should still reduce them down to get them gone like that one. Right, now on to Vinted. We'll do Vinted next. This was a really nice item. This is actually something I was tempted to keep for myself because it was just such a nice quarter zip. This is a Hugo Boss quarter zip. It looks quite plain. Got a nice little embroidered Hugo Boss on the shoulder. And it's actually Hugo Boss Golf. Doesn't say Golf anywhere on it. Just looks like a plain black quarter zip. But it's so soft and so comfy. I was so tempted to keep it for myself, but I just knew it would go for a decent amount. I paid $9.99 for this in a charity shop, and it has sold on Vinted for £28.80. So basically triple my money. And obviously Vinted, no fees. It's what we love to see. And another quarter zip that has sold on Vinted. I said about this brand, only got this recently. Crew Clothing quarter zip. Paid £4 in a charity shop for this. I think it's either £4 or £4.50. But it was quite good price. And it sold for £15. Now, Crew Clothing isn't something that's going to get you tons of money. But if you find it cheap enough and find things like quarter zips, they sell very well. I literally had this listed for a few days maximum, and sold. So yeah, nice. Just slightly over triple my money on that one. Another item that didn't stay listed for very long, though I probably underpriced this one. I think I paid £6 for this in a charity shop. It's a Nike England rugby top. Has some minor discoloration around the collar. The problem with rugby tops is, you know, they get very sweat stained around the collar, especially if they're white collars. So I couldn't list it for the full price, but I still sold it for £17. So just about triple my money, almost. If I sold it for £17 on eBay, obviously with the fees it would have got a lot less, so £17 on Vinted from £6 is fine with me. Another thing that's been selling very well for me lately as well is these chinos. They are spoke chinos. I picked up a few pairs of these recently, and I think this was one of them. I paid £5 for one pair and £4.50 for another one. Don't know which one this is, so we're just going to say this is a fiver. And it sold on Vinted for £20. £20. I've sold a lot of these spoke chinos recently, so keep an eye out for spoke. They are a good solid £20 item. I always list for 25 because a lot of them do go for 25 as well, but I'm always willing to take 20. Always willing to take 20. Right, now what's next? Is that all the Vinted sales? Oh no, I've got one more Vinted sale, and it's not clothing. It is this. This Spyro, like controller holder, or phone holder, whatever you want to use it for. Most of the time these are used for like PlayStation controllers to put next to your games console. But yeah, this one's quite cool. It's like the Ice Dragon one, because it's all blue instead of orange. But yeah, I paid £5 for this at a boot sale. I bought two of them. One was the regular Spyro and one was this Ice Spyro. And I've sold one for, I think I sold the first one for 15, and then this one I sold on Vinted for 17. So £5 into 17 on these. See, I would like that next to my TV with my controller, but my 2-year-old would absolutely destroy that. So I can never have my PlayStations and stuff out on display. My kid would just knock it over and throw it on the floor. Right, now onto the eBay sales. We have 7 eBay sales. 3 of them are clothing. So let's go through the clothing first, shall we? First up, we have, this is a good one, a pair of Ralph Lauren chino shorts. Quite a nice thick chino shorts. And these have sold for £25. Now, honestly, I can't remember how much I paid for these. I think there were 6. But I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Can't remember exactly how much I paid for these. But I sold them for 25. So now I know I've made good profit. Now, this clothing item is actually quite a funny one, because this is a pair of Edwin chinos, and basically I never bought these. I bought another pair of Edwin chinos and I sold them on Vinted, and this guy returns them because they didn't fit, but he sent me the wrong ones. He sent me these ones. Apparently he had bought Edwin chinos from multiple people and returned them all and just got it wrong and sent them to the wrong people. So when he bought the chinos from me, Vinted have stepped in and basically still given me my money for it, and the buyer couldn't be asked to message me and try and get these back, because to be honest, I'm not paying to send these back to the buyer when he's messed up and sent me the wrong ones. So basically I still got paid for the other chinos, and then I got a free pair of chinos. So I sold these ones, and I've sold them for £22. So that's a free £22, which I'm not going to complain about, am I? It's free money. Then the last item of clothing, this literally only just sold, and I only had it listed since yesterday. It is a Nike PSG football shirt. Now, I'm not a big football fan, I have no idea about football, but I've had this sat around for a little while because it did have someone's name like stitched in here, and I got my mum to unstitch it. And so she did that, and now I've just listed it yesterday, and it sold straight away for $29.95. $29.95. Honestly, can't even remember how much I paid for this, but it was definitely under a tenner. I'm pretty sure it was like £7, £7 or £8. But yeah, $29.95 from that one. Now onto the odd little bits. Well, I say no more clothing. You got this. I wouldn't exactly class it as clothing. It's a tie. We have a tie, but this is a Paul Smith tie. Now I'm pretty sure I paid £2.50 for this, because I remember I got 2 ties from a charity shop for a fiver. So yeah, £2.50. And it sold for, I think I accepted an offer of £10. £10. So I've 4 times my money. I've been trying to look at more like accessories and stuff, like ties and wallets and belts and stuff like that. If you find good brands of these things, people like these things. So yeah, I have been looking at ties and stuff, and especially wallets. But yeah, Paul Smith tie. It's good to have some more accessories for people to buy, some little things. Right, now on to the next thing. We've only got 3 more things to go. We have little plush. This is a Disney store Roo. I'm guessing that's from, I think it's from Winnie the Pooh. Little kangaroo from Winnie the Pooh. It says Roo. Official Disney store. This was only £2 in a charity shop, and it has sold for $12.95. $12.95. Keep an eye out for these Disney store plushes. Some of them can go for some good money, so keep an eye out for those. If you see that Disney store logo, look it up. Look it up. You might be onto a winner. Some of them can go for really good money. Last two items, we have a pair of women's Asics. I believe these are women's. Let me have a look. Yeah, women's. Women's size 6 Asics. These are Patriot 12s, they're called. I paid £6 for these in a charity shop, and they sold for £25. Asics running shoes will always do pretty well. People love Asics. It's a great brand, especially with like running shoes. So yeah, £6 into 25. And then the last sale, our biggest sale of the last 48 hours. Still not absolutely massive, but I think it's the biggest sale. Yeah, it's the biggest sale. Just looking at the pile. We have a digital camera. We have a Fujifilm E900 9 megapixel fine pix digital camera. I think I got this one recently. I think this one was £20. I think I paid £20 for this one. I did offer a little bit less. Was it 15? Might have been 15. I think I paid 15 for this actually. Got it from a boot sale. Paid 15. Because I remember it was in my thumbnail of one of my other videos where I did offer £10 and they said no. But yeah, £15, and it sold for £55. So still good. That's a good like 3 or 4 times. Almost 4 times. Digital cameras have been doing pretty well for me lately. So I'm going to keep trying to find those as much as I can. Though obviously now boot sale season's over, it's hard to find those in a charity shop. I can keep looking though, but we'll see. Alright guys, that is all the sales. I know there will be more sales videos over like the winter and stuff. And I know they're not as popular as the boot sale videos. But I feel like if I'm showing you what's actually selling, it's good for you guys to know what to keep an eye out for. So yeah, I will be doing some sales videos, but I feel like they help. But anyways, I've got to crack on. So you guys check the description, all my links to Tilt and whatnot for a free £10 to spend, and a £25 off discount code for Fleek off your first order. And as usual, like, subscribe, comment. See you on the next one.